Welcome back to Let's Play Darkness over Daggerford. Last time, we actually started doing stuff. We learned about some strange cargo coming through Daggerford. We got an audience with the Baron, who is very obviously a villain. And our new thief buddy, Perfin, noticed that this house was actually unlocked. And so we have a place to stay for now, for free. And we're about to get paid a bit. We need to head immediately north to the Chateau Elite. I turned things up.
Yes.
To see Amara. The door is closed. She's gonna be dead. Oh, nope.
Ah, I was starting to worry about you. Have you any news about the barge traffic?
Tell her about the records mentioning the Barracuda and Captain Hareb. Interesting. It seems our tipsy mercantile friend was right to be suspicious. Boatloads of weapons and armor being shipped through Daggerford's docks unobserved cannot be being put to good use, I fear. We need to know where and who they're bound for. Yes, my thoughts exactly.
The obvious place to look would be the Barracuda, but be careful. The crew and her captain will not be welcoming guests, I fear. You'll have to observe their actions and see if you can determine a way to sneak past them.
Let me know what you discover as soon as you can. Okay. So, I should have taken invisibility. However, I do have a harp of invisibility sphere. So I think what I need to do is head on back into here. And maybe I can just tell them to stay here for a bit.
Yes. Is there something you need?
Let's see. Stand your ground, follow, guard me. Okay, if I say stand your ground...
Right. I can do that. It shall be.
Are you gonna keep following me between rooms or loading zones? You are. That might be a slight issue. Oh, I'm gonna need to get through the river gate, though. Huh. Alright. Well, I do have some things that I'd like to sell. Let's go over to the Blackstone Inn, because I feel like the rogue merchant here is going to be willing to buy some stuff for decent prices. I really hope the traps are worth something.
Greetings.
Let's see, it was Strand who sold things.
Hello.
So I can sell that. Well, the average kits aren't worth crap. Gemstones are cheap, but that's just gemstones in D&D. They're mostly a way to, or at least in early editions, were mostly a way to make money more manageable. Oh yeah, I got this rapier +1 that I really don't need. Does Perfin need a melee weapon? I don't think so, and he doesn't even have any focus in it. So I feel okay in selling that. Shortbow +1 is only 807 GP. I might pick that up. Do you have any arrows that aren't obscenely expensive? No, you don't. Bloody Longblade. +2 Bastard Sword. On hit, level... or unique power, on hit. On hit wounding, DC 14. Yeah, let's pick up the better short bow. You only sell +3 thieves tools, right? Yeah. Alright. And with that, +12 to hit. And does the bow do extra damage? Attack bonus +1. Okay, that's why it's so cheap. Either way... Oh, let's get some more information from Gilgamesh.
You have something to say?
Have a drink. Tell me about the costly brews. Let's try the Daggerford Clary. Some local farmers are giving a stronghold to any hero willing to help them out with a little problem they're having. Just between you and me, that stronghold they're promising was the site of some dirty business a while back. If you rest your head in that place, you might be resting it there for good. Golden Sands. Vladimir the Antiques dealer is feuding with a rival collector down in Gillian's Hill. Might be worth looking into if you want to be getting on Glad's good side, which is not an easy thing to do. Alright. So, follow, follow.
It shall be.
Well met.
Although Daggerford's main gates are locked, the harbor gates remain open. However, by the orders of the harbor master, no ships are to set sail until further notice. Okay, so I can actually go to the river. Bad times in the river. I'm a sinner. I don't know the rest of the songs. Alright, what can I scavenge up from here? Some Aventurine. Aventurine? A locked chest. With a potion of lore and quite a lot of money. Oh, it looked like that militiaman was going to get really mad at me. Rugmax and Klevtor.
Oi, hello there.
Pipe off.
Can't you see I'm trying to talk to me mate here? Yeah, we were busy talking about business deals and such. So scram. A couple of lads after me own black heart. Filion.
Greetings, friend.
I'm Filion the Brewmaster, known far and wide for brewing drinks that'll put hairs on an elf's chest or stop a stone giant dead in its tracks. Stop a stone giant, you say? That's a bold claim, Brewmaster. Well, it's a claim I wouldn't make if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. There I was, gathering herbs for my brews near Borskier Bridge. When I felt the first tremor, it knocked me clear off my feet, it did. An earthquake? If only I'd been so lucky. No, friend. This was the biggest, meanest, and dare I say, hungriest looking stone giant I'd ever laid eyes on. He was coming right for me. Let me guess, you offered him a drink. Nah, you don't offer a stone giant anything. If it wants a thing, it takes it. So what happened next? Well, I lit off like a shot back down the tradeway, hollering for anyone within shouting distance, but the lummox was gaining on me fast, so I knew I had to come up with an idea, and fast. And your plan? I fell to the ground like a wet sack of potatoes. You what? I let the big ape have what he wanted, a big fat juicy dome, good enough to suck down raw. That's not a pretty picture. Aye, sorry about that, friend. I can get a bit carried away with the visual component of the tale sometimes. Anyhow, he comes up on me, smacking his lips, like he hasn't had a bite to eat in days, and he grabs me right up in his mighty hand and opens wide his gaping maw. Sounds like it was about to be a lot less hungry. Well, if he'd gobbled me up, I wouldn't be here to tell my tale. No, as soon as my foot touched that big black tongue of his, I uncorked a bottle of my strongest brew and poured it straight down his gullet, shouting, "Look out below!" The giant fell asleep. Fell asleep? No, the great behemoth went comatose. As soon as I felt him lean to one side, I grabbed a hold of a tonsil and rode him straight down to the ground. Then I grabbed crawled out of his mouth and ran the whole way back to Waterdeep. Now, if that doesn't make you want my brew, I don't know what will. Sounds like my kind of drink. How much? He'll probably be thinking this potent potable is worth at least 50 gold pieces, but you'd be wrong. Next you'll be saying, but Fillion, how can you sell it for anything less than 40 gold pieces? Well, friend, I'm letting you have a 100% genuine bottle of Fillion's brew for the low, low price of just 30 gold pieces. Yep, you heard it right, just 30 gold pieces for the drink sailors call the Bitch Queen's Revenge. Interested? That's one elaborate sales pitch, Fillion. Oh, but I've more, loads more. You see, Fillion's brew combines a special blend of hops and barley, 64 secret ingredients that my competitors are all dying to get a hold of. Did you say 64 secret ingredients? That's right, madam. All combined to form a brew so powerful, so tremendous, so stupendous that it would send a Terrask running home to its mother. And that's just crazy, Fillion. No, friends. The insanity is when water elementals ask if they can change their natural habitat and become Fillion's brew elementals instead. Trust me, madam. It's that good. I give up. You win. 33 GP. Oh, I can sell these dyes as well. I'm not super into that stuff. Let's see. Aventurine. Oh, you won't buy the Aventurine. Sure. I'll pick up a bottle. A bottle of the supposedly potent drink known as Fillion's brew, which can allegedly put hairs on an elf's chest. Eric the Finn. Bane's blood, but I'm in a pickle. Something wrong, sir? Well, I was loading up my boat the other day when winds kissed by Arl herself came screaming down from the north. Next thing I know, one of me chests gets blown clear off the docks and drops right into the blasted Dellenbeer. I grabbed an oar to fish her out, but by then the currents had done their work. I've looked all along the shoreline, but figure the thing's on its way out to sea by now. I do a good bit of traveling in my line of work. I could keep an eye out for this chest of yours. What did it look like? The chest itself is pretty nondescript. Just a chest, you know? But the contents were, well, let's just say old Eric the Finn would dole out a fair bit of gold to get that chest back in its grubby mitts. You interested in helping me track her down? What does a fair bit of gold amount to exactly? Oh, you'll get your share and then some, lass. If you find her, bring her back straight away and I'll pay you a handsome sum. What do you say, friend? We have a deal? Alright, we'll try and find the chest for you. Now, due to the, sensitive nature of the items in the chest, I would prefer to keep its contents a secret if you don't mind. So, if you gotta promise you'll keep her shut. I promise to keep the chest shut, Eric. Let's see. There's a barrel I can search at the end of this dock. Thieves' Tools +6. A magic wand of missiles. Not bad. And a sapphire. Why is the Wand of Missiles such a ubiquitous item? Like in every CRPG. Okay. We're invisible. Key is required. Okay. So this is awkward. Perf bin, let's see. Special abilities. Wait, Bard. Oh, more actions. Wait, what the heck? He is a rogue. He has 16 pickpocket. Abilities, taunt, detect, bard, crafting, stealth. You know what? I'm gonna check. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can have other people pickpockets. Alright. It says a key is required. Does that mean that it actually requires a key item? Yeah. I don't have any pickpocket abilities. Wow, nobody cares. Okay, cool. Captain Harab's desk. Captain Harab's massive oak desk is cluttered with a chaotic assortment of sea charts, empty bottles, and stained notebooks. One of the notebooks, a small black ledger tightly bound in oiled leather, lies open where the captain was dutifully recording a summary of the Barracuda's last voyage. Read the last log entry. I sailed the Barracuda along the Sword Coast and into an isolated cove along the rugged cliffs of the Crab's Claw Coast. There I delivered my cargo. 12 crates of splint mail, 4 crates of leather jerkins, 9 crates of spears, and 3 crates of halberds. Orcs received my shipment in good order and paid me the agreed price. 2,000 gold plus 16 able-bodied slaves.
What?
You! What are you doing here? It's just waiting for Captain Harab. Ha! That's a fine tale, but I don't believe you. 100 GP, change your mind? That's more coin than I could hope to make in a year. Fine, I'll take your coin, but you best be gone the next time I come around. The thick-necked guard turns to leave, calling out to his mates. Come on, let's move on. There's nothing to see here. 200 XP. Ow. Oh well. Oh, and that was a save. Ouch. Got Fencer's Grace, plus 1 AC, plus 2 parry, plus 2 tumble. Use Cat's Grace twice a day. Is this leather armor? I think it is. Alright. And a potion. Yeah, that's leather armor plus 1. Nice. And 8 GP. I know I could sort my inventory out. I just don't feel a massive need to at this current moment. Actually, I should heal myself. Let's see here. Fernigold the Elder... Right.
Yes, that's Trulet and Gregor's claret I smell from those casks. It's a shame we can't acquire some.
Fernigold the Elder.
Greetings.
This old man seems oblivious to your attempts at conversation. His eyes stare listlessly out to sea while his lower lip trembles with pent-up emotion. Begging your pardon, sir, but is everything all right? Excuse me if I seem a bit distracted. You see, my son is sort of, well, missing, and I don't know what to do. I've looked in all the usual places, and the lad is simply nowhere to be found. Did you file a missing persons report with the militia? Well, I spoke with that Captain Dratharian fellow, and he seemed to jot down some notes on a piece of paper, but then he just told me he was too busy, then it was my job as the boy's father to keep him in line. Oh, Dratharian is the captain of the Griffins. You should have gone to Captain Frederick, who heads up the militia. Between the Griffins and the militia, folks in Daggerford never know who's in charge before. There used to be a chain of command that went from Frederick right up to the Duke, but now I don't know who's going to help me find my son. Do you want me to help find your son? You'd really do that? You'd help me find my boy? It would be my pleasure, sir. That's very kind of you, madam. My boy and I share the name of Fernigold, so folks call him Fernigold the Younger. He's an avid treasure hunter and used to pester passing merchants for old maps and manuscripts. A few days ago, he showed me his latest find. It was a map and some notes about a tomb of some ancient king called Telerthir. He also showed it to a few of his mates around town, like the lad Clevtor, who's always hanging around the docks. Anything else you can tell me, Fernigold? Only that my boy has always been a bit too enthusiastic for his own good. He gets taken in by folks who would prey on someone too naive to know any better. I'll go speak with this Clevtor fellow and see what he knows. And then there's also... wasn't there... Captain Turgot. Yar and Avasti, landlubber. Who be wishing to speak to Captain Turgot, eh? Do all sailors use phrases like Yar, Avasti, and landlubber? No, we don't actually, and I apologize profusely, madam. I thought everyone expected us to talk that way. My actual speaking voice is far more articulate. You can continue with the pirate jargon if you like. Actually, I'd prefer not to, madam, if it's all the same to you. You see, I've grown increasingly bored with pirate jargon and welcome the chance to communicate within a far less brutal idiom. Now, is this purely a social call, or is there something I can do to help you this day? Where can I find the captain of the ship? You can... Yes, I can, for I am the captain of the Flying Fish. Samuel Turgot is my name. It is a pleasure to meet you, madam. How does someone so eloquent and well-read as yourself wind up on a ship? Well, I used to serve as a librarian in the Sorcerer's Encapsulate. I loved the job and quickly devoured every book on the shelf. There was one book that especially took my fancy. It was called Turgot's Revenge and featured a fictional pirate named Captain Samuel Turgot. He and his faithful sidekick, Dr. Algernon, were always getting themselves in and out of terrible scrapes. It was so exciting, caused me to constantly daydream about life at sea, to the detriment of my occupational duties, I'm afraid. So when I came into a rather sizable inheritance, I purchased this ship, legally changed my name to Samuel Turgot, outfitted the vessel with a crew of scurvy scalawags, and never looked back. Might I ask you a few questions? But of course, madam, I welcome a dash of witty repartee. Why are you docked at Daggerford? My vessel was damaged in a powerful gale some 3 days past. I chose to dock in Daggerford for repairs. Have you seen any suspicious activities lately? Suspicious? No. Odd? Yes. I'd be most appreciative if you could share with me the details of these oddities. I've been studying the frigate next to mine, the Barracuda. I've noticed her hands only load her up at night from barges that come up from the river. The barges seem ordinary enough and carry the emblem of the Shoreside Shipping Consortium, but the cargo must be extremely valuable since they take such great pains to not damage the goods when loading them onto the dock. Where are your crewmen? I've released them from their duties, so they may blow off steam. You'll most likely find them heavily inebriated at the local tavern, as is their custom. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Alright, let's go talk to Clevtor.
What do you want?
Fernigold the Elder says you two know his son, Fernigold the Younger. Know him? Why, he's a regular laugh riot, that one. Always running and talking about lost treasure and ancient tombs. Ain't that right, Rugmax? Yeah, some saying he's gonna find some magic sword or helmet that's gonna make him and his folks rich. Fernie's a full-blown nutcase. Let's see. Bluff is 15. Intimidate doesn't exist. 4. Well, news is that the lad might be dead, and I've heard a few folks mention you two as suspects. What? Why, we wouldn't kill Fernie. We wouldn't kill anyone. Who said that? I'll kill him. I mean, I'm really curious who would be spreading such horrid rumors. You'd better tell her what happened, Cleb. I ain't going to jail for killing someone when all we did was give Fernie some stupid fake map. Oh, now you've done it, Rugmax. I guess there's no point in keeping secrets no more. We just got some traveling merchant to sell Fernie a fake map. I only did it to make a little extra coin and to have a laugh at Fernie's expense. But when he didn't come back, I started to get worried. I guess he must have followed the map and got himself into some trouble. That's all I know, honest. Do you have a copy of the map? Here, take it. I hope it leads you to him, Mrs. If I don't, the authorities may want to bring you two up on charges, which would do you good. Alright, more stuff to do when we can actually leave town. Alright. So now we have copy of the map, shoreside shipping. Right, we need to go do that first things first.
Yes.
Ah, I was starting to worry about you. Have you any news about the barge traffic?
Tell her what you've discovered about the cargo and its destination. The Shoreside Shipping Consortium has ties to Bugo, though this could very well be a coincidence. Transport of weapons and armor itself doesn't pose any danger in itself. Indeed, it's very common, but your mention of orcs is definitely concerning. It's just lousy orcs. Let us hope that's the case. I hope that we'll discover more of this as our investigations continue, but for now I need to think about where to search next. Now then, Thradra, a word has reached my ears about that the death of the Duke himself might not be such a straightforward affair as we had first thought. Really? Why is that? The Duke was an experienced warrior, as I've mentioned, and I must admit that it would be inordinately bad luck for him to be slain by a wild boar. Apparently, there's a rumor abroad that there may have been evidence at the scene of his death that could help us to prove his death was no accident. I want you to see what you can find out by talking to the locals.
Bars are a good place for rumor and tittle-tattle. See if you can track down anyone who was actually part of the Duke's hunting party on the fateful day, and ask them if they saw anything.
Hanging around in bars. Finally something I'm good at.
A job after my own heart.
Do not worry. I will instruct Perfbit in the proper routines and procedures for an investigation while we are on our way to the inns of Daggerford.
I just can't wait to get started.
Alright. Suspicious death of Duke Greatshout. Alright. Next time on Let's Play Darkness over Daggerford, we're gonna go look for another member of that hunting party. See you guys then.